In the ocean?
No, he lives on a lake.
Aren't lakes like extremely dangerous in Florida? Aren't they like? Can't you die from like the bacteria or something? Have we started? Are we started? We're rolling.
The brain-eating amoeba. That's a real thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Freshwater crocodiles.
Aren't lakes in Florida dangerous?
No, it has
Let's
to
have
be.
this discussion.
First of all,
and alligators. Alligators are crocodiles.
We have alligators, like the Florida gator. You know.
Episode 52, by the way.
What's it called?
52.
Yep.
52.
Episode 52.
We're cranking them out.
We're just talking about the dangers of
Florida.
So
it was actually a real thing when I was doing triathlons. If the water gets in lakes, if the water gets too warm,
stuff grows and you die.
Well, the amoeba, but here's the thing: it has to be like the perfect storm because it has to go up your nose into your brain and then eat your brain.
But that could be possible when you're doing a triathlon or something, right?
I take a lot of water through my nose.
Right. So this one race that we had, like, there was like some kid in Florida had passed away, unfortunately, from an amoeba. So we went to this race.
One
and everyone
amoeba?
had like
One amoeba killed him?
A rogue amoeba.
But everyone had nose plugs.
Bastard.
But jeez, I didn't do it. I couldn't handle the nose plug. So I was like, you know what? If it's my time,
I ain't wearing no
time.
nose plug. I gotta spit that stuff out my nose somehow.
About people releasing their boa constrictors in Florida.
Oh man,
the Everglades, right?
Nice.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And like, there's no more raccoons anymore, and
well,
they're killing all the little animals.
People's dogs.
You know,
seriously.
the lionfish. That it's harassing the Caribbean. It's
yeah, because you can't. There's no predator.
Right, because it was never supposed to be there. But
invasive species.
One
it's
of
like
the aquariums
in Hawaii with chickens.
Oh really?
Yeah, there's roosters everywhere.
Huh.
Well, in Kauai there was.
That's
I was like,
crazy.
why are there roosters everywhere? They're like, somebody let the roosters go, and there's
Yeah.
no natural predator for them.
Yeah, they released 3 lionfish, and now they're plaguing the Caribbean.
Plaguing.
Like
the bubonic plague.
What happened? That was rats, right? Or bats?
Rats.
You said bubonic.
Well played.
Bubonic.
Well played.
Children.
We're children
Just
over here.
making sure we're still getting this.
What do we have?
I got your ref.
What was the other thing?
Did you just call her Reffit?
I did.
So we've got magic magician from you, and the bubonic plague.
Wait, hold on.
It is Halloween.
Why do you say it?
Bubonic plague.
Get your mind out of the gutter,
it's not-
Ellie.
What? I totally missed it.
Boob.
Boob.
Oh, boob. The bubonic.
You said it.
That's not what I said.
Children.
I thought you said
Children.
There's
are
children
out
watching this.
Good gracious.
They're not anymore. Nobody's
Yeah.
watching this.
Yeah, everybody just tuned
left.
out.
Tuned out. Everybody's out.
They took off
Silver's
their
talking about
headsets
the
and left.
bubonic plague. That's what we called her.
Back in my day.
Oh, Silver told me another funny story. Speaking of, why do I have all these like Silver stories on
I don't know.
lockdown?
I don't even know what she's going to
Love it.
say.
We just
I
shared
know.
a lot of stories, I guess, the last 2 weeks.
We have talked more.
About,
Actually, the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's been 2 days.
But you
really.
guys didn't know that until now.
but no.
Yeah.
It's actually,
The
we talked
secret's
about
out now,
it.
Ellie.
I'm leaving next week. I'm going to be gone next week. So what are they going to think? We're just like remotely podcasting?
Right.
Maybe you are from, your face is like woodsman, like maybe you will be from the woods. We could put a little.
Is that part of the camo?
Yeah.
Just kind of letting it grow
It's
in.
going to be 70 degrees for the first couple days. I was like, that was dumb. But now I can't. I'm so far in. I got to keep it going.
Yeah.
So, Silver, I'm going to butcher this.
I have no idea what
Like
she's
most
getting ready to
things.
say.
I don't butcher things unless it's a cut of meat, right? Got it. Sorry. Anyway, he was it in college that
I don't know what you're getting ready to say.
he was going to play. I got to get it together. I do
Are we
much
going
coffee.
rollerblading again?
No.
No.
Yeah.
That he was going to collect Monopoly pieces and
God.
strike it rich from
That's
McDonald's.
hilarious.
So he went to McDonald's and hauled out bags of
Burger
trash
King.
and took them home.
Oh, that's smart.
We started going
Did you
over.
win anything?
We started going over to Burger King.
It's McDonald's. Monopoly's McDonald's.
Maybe it was McDonald's.
I think it was McDonald's.
You're welcome, McDonald's.
Back in
You can pay
Silver's
us.
day, it was Burger King.
Yeah, it could have been. But they had
Golden
like,
Arches.
yeah, I guess it would have been, huh? I never really went there.
It was Rock Donald's. Remember Flintstones?
McDonald's.
The little cars.
Silver goes to
Sorry.
Rock
That's pretty
Donald's.
funny.
Sorry, Jim. Sorry,
That's
but
all
you would
good.
steal trash.
Well, we were in there playing that game, and you could collect, like you get a park place or something with your. And so we were thinking, like,
An epiphany.
People throw this stuff
we're
away.
like, holy smokes!
Nobody threw anything away, did they?
If we go in the trash, we'll be able to dig out and win this freaking thing. So one night, me and a couple friends snuck over there, big old bags of trash,
Could you see him like Santa?
like into the trash can.
You ever seen Fight Club?
Yes.
You know where they're stealing the fat?
Oh, it's
Yes.
so gross.
And like the bag rips and it's just getting covered. And he's like,
Yeah, they were nasty too. They had like, whatever special sauce all over the bags and whatever. Yeah, let's keep moving past that.
Keep moving past that.
Took it home, tore it open, went in there, and we had enough of those little pieces for like 6 or 7 of the boards. We had everything.
But you didn't have the ones you need.
Like Park Place. And then it finally hit us that,
of course, nobody's going to throw away Park Place.
But there's probably only 2 of them made in the whole world.
Or none.
There was some guy that cheated.
Right.
Did people actually
win? The game, right?
How can you cheat it?
Did he make his own game piece or what?
No, I forgot. There was like the FBI
Can you
got
check
involved
that?
and like he won it like a couple of times. Yeah, do something like McDonald's Monopoly thief or something like that, or crook or whatever. But yeah, I think there was a story about that.
But what sucked was the
hope.
By
the way, why do you have a computer that you're not fact checking stuff?
I don't
randomly?
know. Matches my phone, so I was like.
A valid point.
That's hilarious.
An ex-cop rigged McDonald's Monopoly and stole millions.
An ex-cop, the irony.
Wow.
Did you hear the story about Trice getting rid of Ellie's phone?
Oh,
no.
My
You know how Trice throws everything. Did you see the video of him throwing the stuff last night?
He's got a cannon.
Yeah, so Ellie texted all of us in the group the one day and was like, hey, did anybody accidentally take my phone?
Oh, yeah.
For an hour and a half. So
yeah, Ellie, we accidentally took your phone. No, I purposely hid your phone, but I've never accidentally taken your phone. But anyway, Trice apparently grabbed it and just walked out back and chucked it out in the weeds.
Just chucked it. And like, so
it's perfect. I mean, it's Trice.
Yeah.
It's a, so I run up to their house where there's Wi-Fi with my laptop and I'm trying to do the Find My Phone. I thought it was just like always on. The one device out of everything I have that's not connected, my freaking phone.
Okay.
So sure enough, Shane and Tia were just fabulous. After I'd scoured my whole vehicle. I threw to pieces, every bag. And then Shane's like, I can't do the Aussie accent.
Yeah, don't try. No.
He found it off
I
into
can't really
the...
do an Aussie one.
Yeah.
I can do a British one, but I can't do an Aussie
Hers
one.
goes British.
Yeah.
Mine goes pirate.
But there's like a...
Arg.
Arg.
But yeah, Trice throws everything now.
Yeah.
Did you see him throwing that cap last night on Instagram?
Yes.
He's got a cannon, though. Like today, I handed him a baseball, and he chucked it probably at least 10 feet.
He impressively throws.
He picked up a rock the other day right next to Tia. Yeah. She was bent over, and he reared back, and this is not going to turn out all right. And then it kind of fell backwards out of his hand.
Every once in a while, he'll miss one, but for the most part, he's like... He's probably 8 for 10 on good throws.
He threw 2 directly at me that one workout. Oh, wait, no, it was a different workout. But during a workout one time when I was doing, like, the ups or whatever, and I was like, I can't even be mad at him.
No.
Like, he doesn't know what he's doing.
He just throws and smiles.
I'm like, I'm just going to hide these 2 rocks so you don't throw them at me again.
Yeah.
He got
but
a
his
PVC
accuracy's
pipe
good.
stuck behind his neck yesterday. So he was watching, puts it behind his neck, and then he kind of got his arms jammed in there, and he was screaming, and he kind of fought his way out of it. But he was trying to copy what you guys were doing.
So good. He was trying to swing on the rings again today.
That's
so
awesome.
funny because he's just like...
That's my favorite.
And lifts his feet up and
is
is just like... It's so funny.
The fact that he can hold himself is incredible.
Burpee box overs.
Uh-huh.
He's underneath you.
Yeah, he tries to get
He's
as
down
close
there,
as
all
he can.
spotted, looking up. He's like...
Yep. All right, thief. McDonald's thief. I knew it was
Yeah,
wrong.
this is crazy. Jerome Jacobson and his network of mobsters, psychics, strip club owners, and drug traffickers won almost every prize for 12 years until the FBI launched Operation Final Answer.
Oh.
Wait, they won a prize every year for 12 years?
Who came up with that one? Yeah. Between all of them. Like, so, I mean, there wasn't just one person.
But so they didn't know the group was related.
Correct.
Yeah.
Cool.
Operation
crazy.
Final Answer.
Sounds like
I started reading the article and it got too like crazy for me where I was like, all right, I don't really care. It's just kind of crazy that somebody
that's pretty insane.
They got him shut
for
down.
12 years.
Wow.
So did they? I wonder how much they owed McDonald's in the end.
Well, I think was it $1 million prize was like the big.
the
final, big one was probably $1 million.
So
which
what? At least
that was a long time
plus?
ago.
Wow. I heard a story one time.
But I mean, there was like you could win jet skis, you could win cars, you could win all kinds of stuff. So I'm sure like there's more than just $1 million.
Yeah, because there's
you heard
like
a story one time that what?
The best story I've ever heard is parking lot garage in some major city. I've told you this one before. This is my favorite story. Parking lot attendant of like a parking lot, okay? For 20 years, people pull in there, pay him the fee to park their car. He parks the car. They go off into their office buildings. At 20 years, everybody shows up. Dude's not there. Everybody's like, hey, what happened to the parking lot guy? They go into the office building. What happened to the parking lot guy? They're like, the office building people are like, what parking lot guy?
That's free parking.
That parking lot's free parking.
Genius. And he's just gone? Did they ever catch
him?
They said he never once asked for money. He just stood there, and so people thought he was the parking lot attendant. And they just
handed
him
money.
That is so smart.
How did no one catch on to that?
And then took the money, no taxes, banked it, was gone.
Well, in a city, I
wonder what he was making a week.
And they said he was like friendly, and the people had relationships with him after 20 years.
The dude did a service. Like,
he did.
That was his service.
And they literally
and
he parked the car or whatever. So hey,
didn't steal any cars.
I thought you were going to go to like some sort of car stealing racket or something.
No, I just thought that was a cool story. Like, and they figured they couldn't even really try to find him and pursue him because he didn't really ask for the money.
Yep.
And
genius.
20
years. Think of a song. Have you ever heard Johnny Cash's "One Piece at a Time"? Where he's talking about building a car one piece at a time. He works at a Cadillac dealership, and he basically takes a piece of the car home every day, and then the car's like a 61 to 68. That is cool. It's a funny song.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Man, geez, all these stories about theft and.
This was a song. It wasn't real.
Oh, well, that's innovative nonetheless.
It was just a song. Innovative.
It is innovative.
Like, what's the most innovative crime ever? I like those kind of movies, actually. Where they're like
Ocean's 11.
13.
Ocean's 11. That's the most innovative one. Yeah. Right.
You did ask the other day if you could have any patent. What patent would you have? What did you say? You said, and I was like, you wouldn't pick the wheel or something?
No, I said yoga pants. Black yoga pants. Man, if I had the right to that, I'd be a bazillionaire.
Have we talked on the podcast about Ellie's question? What? If you could have infinite amount of anything. Did we talk about that?
Because someone nailed it. Was it KM?
We all nailed it.
No.
Everyone got it except for you.
And maybe Tasia had some other answer.
Well, now explain it.
She said infinite health. I didn't know if we talked. Did we talk about it on the podcast?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because we asked her, and she said money.
Yeah. For those who hadn't listened, Ellie said, if you could have an infinite amount of one thing in the world, what would it be?
Really hoping you guys would blow my mind.
$100 bills?
Yeah.
I didn't think of it that
way. Pay everybody in $100 bills. Like, here's your total. No, here's a $100 bill.
Yeah.
Take that.
Yeah.
Tasia said health. That was a good one.
Yeah. I was thinking about something more profound, but everyone else said money.
But you can also pay for stuff now. It's like,
Yeah, you could do it.
You've had a couple good questions lately. The patent one was good, and
you get a patent on anything.
What would you have?
Have to be something really not exciting that everybody uses. Yeah.
I met a guy who was a millionaire from urinal cakes.
Urinal cakes.
There you go. Yeah. Wow.
Huh? I listened to what was his name? Larry. Is it Larry Wingett? Have you ever heard of him?
Nope.
He's not a motivational speaker, but he spoke at this Parker Seminars thing that I did in the chiropractic clinic, and he had at the end of his bit. He was talking about, but his big thing is take responsibility for your life type deal. But at the end of it, he has all these funny signs that he's found because his last thing is have fun. And he stole this sign that said, "Don't eat the urinal cakes." He's like, why do you have to put a sign up that says, "Don't eat the urinal cake"? Somebody has looked in that and actually grabbed the urinal cake. And then he had another one that was, he said he was driving through Tennessee, actually. He was driving from Memphis to Nashville, so he's probably right through here. And he said he pulls up to a gas station at some podunk gas station or whatever, and there's a cardboard sign that ripped off 24-pack of Coors Light, and in Sharpie it says "Tord Up," TORDUP, Tord Up. But yeah, man, he had some pretty funny signs on there. But
the best sign I've ever seen, I was in Boulder, Colorado, driving down the street, and there was this homeless guy who's out, asking for money, kind of panhandling, and his sign said, "Too ugly for prostitution. Please help."
That's funny.
We stopped and gave him $20.
Yeah.
Right on. That's cool.
That's creative.
Well, I've never told anyone this story in my whole life.
Oh, here we go. Let's tell the world. Yeah.
Oh,
there you go.
I don't know.
You're in.
You have to put it out there. You already said it.
I don't know if it's a crime. Okay, it's not my fault anyway, so it's fine.
Statute of limitations,
here we
fine.
go.
Yeah. So I was really, going from Catholic school to public high school, I was super, I was naive through high school, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
It, whatever. Anyway.
I get it.
I don't need
Everybody knows this story.
Right. So.
Catholic girl. We know this story.
When I joined the cross-country team, they were all like, let's hang out on the weekends. Let's go do this and whatever. And they're like, we got something really fun planned for tonight. And I was like, okay, sure. So we all get in this car and we go to this road. I'm not going to say the road. That's long and beautiful along the water, and it has lots of speed humps.
Speed humps.
Yeah.
Or bumps.
Yeah, but the signs say speed hump.
Oh, okay.
So we pull up and down this dark road, and they turn their lights off. And I hear rattling in the back seat like they're getting tools. And I'm like, what are we doing? And they're like, we're going to steal that sign. And I'm like, what sign? The speed hump sign. That's hilarious. What? We're going to steal what?
We've stole so many signs.
So many signs.
You know how many cars
I
probably
stole
went
signs
airborne?
with my daughters before.
Yeah, I've stole so many street signs. Like
Isn't that like a felony?
Don't steal a stop sign. Just don't ever steal a stop sign. That's the one you don't steal.
Can you imagine that car at 6 a.m. the next morning that hits that speed hump and just launches? Anyway, it's fine. No one died, but I'd never stolen anything.
I gotcha.
And we sat there and we had to get the thing
you
down.
You shake it, or you can go to the top and bend it back and forth on a street sign, and then it just break off.
What signs have you guys stolen?
Too many to name.
Seriously?
Yep.
Like what?
A lot of street signs. We stole one that was Masters because that's Hillary's maiden name. I don't
steal
want to
Froning
incriminate.
Way?
I was getting ready to say that.
I mean, there is now, but there wasn't.
Let's go out there and steal that sign.
When I was a hood rat,
a
hoodlum,
If it was your name or your friend's names, you went and stole that sign. That was really.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that really, my story's anticlimactic then, because you guys just roll traffic.
Yeah,
I thought that was huge.
You're not
I never even told
You're not that much of a BA.
You're not really on the edge there, Al.
You're not as cool as you think you are.
Clearly.
And you didn't even steal the sign. Your friends did.
Well, I signed it, and it's probably still in my friend Lacey's room. Nah, she's a doctor now.
I
she
signed
that
it.
up. We all signed it. It was team bonding.
Oh, team
Look
bonding.
what we did. We stole a sign.
It's in somebody's garage somewhere now.
With the signature.
Yeah, you need to see if you can get that sign. Bring it in here.
There's no way she still has that sign.
What's her name?
Lacey.
Lacey, send the sign.
Lacey, speed hump sign.
Here's your sign, Lacey. Send the sign.
We need some decorations here.
That'd be good. That'd be a good thing for the podcast wall.
When I go home next, I'm going to see if it's... Yeah, there's no way they kept that. That doesn't.
What are you going to do, carry it on the plane? I stole this sign, guys. Hey.
She gets cuffed, arrested. Ellie's in jail. What happened?
10 years ago.
Yeah, even though it has my name on it, it's fine.
That's pretty funny.
I can't believe you signed it.
I don't know. We all signed
loser.
it.
What a pathetic loser.
We went over and snuck onto a golf course and, stole the little golf carts and ran them around all over the golf course in the middle of the night.
Aren't they in a garage? Our golf course, they're in a garage.
Well, they had them chained, and we just broke the chain. And
nice.
You put them back, though, right?
We left them where they...
Oh. Well, but you didn't take them from the golf course.
No.
We just
jumped them over into sand traps. And
nice.
We had one of the kids with us worked there, too, so we had the insight. And I don't know, that may or may not have been under the influence. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Just letting all the demons out.
I told you that story about when I worked at the golf course.
Oh, yeah, your hard job. We all talking about our hard labor that we did at a young
worst
age.
job that we ever had.
Ellie worked at a bar at a country club.
Right. Getting tips from
getting tan.
Sorry, she was in the snack cart.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well,
concession card.
At the University of
Never
Florida,
mind me crawling in crawl spaces, doing exterminator things, crawling around in poison and things that are going to kill me.
That's probably why you're so athletic. That's probably why your bone density is 5,000.
That's what it is.
I literally broke bricks one spring break and hauled bricks around from a building that they knocked over with a wheelbarrow, and you're over there handing out.
I had to pull nails for my dad one time in this building we knocked over all summer, pulled nails. He told me it would help my curveball.
Did he really?
Pitching wasn't even my thing.
That's awesome.
That's the best thing he's ever said.
Jackass.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Finish your story. What happened now? You were talking about being in the...
So, the University of Florida golf course is really hilly, like super steep.
It's Florida. It can't be that steep.
It's really steep.
That steep.
That's not steep.
Anyway,
that's a cliff, actually.
That's about as steep as you can get, actually.
Sheer drop over there, Ellie.
I thought he was talking about the ditch. I can't focus. So
let's make it through the story together, you guys.
There's the clubhouse is up here, like on a hill, and there's a huge sand trap hole right here, and these guys, obviously under the influence, had lost their ball this direction. So it's like I'm going up this way, and I'm like oddly making eye contact with these two dudes in this cart coming here, and with a huge blind sand trap right underneath them, and I'm like,
oh no.
This isn't gonna end well. I'm looking at them as they launch off the side into the sand trap and flip.
Oh.
And I was like,
they're dead. They're all dead.
Did they die?
Nah, they were laughing.
They're probably in that sand trap.
They just probably need another.
What about you, Miller? Tell us a story. You're just sitting over there all quiet.
Oh,
like a fish.
I mean, bad job. I was a vet tech for a long time. Not that that's a bad job. Just like some of the stuff you have to do. You just you see a lot. And in the ER, it's like, there's a lot of really crazy stuff. But like all of the just stuff you have to clean up, you can imagine, I'm sure. And like, yeah.
Did we ever fact check the Rogue cart?
Oh,
I meant to message Ellie last night, the gym that you created.
Yeah.
I meant to message you last night.
I thought I took a picture of my bookshelf this morning too.
Wow.
I'll do that today.
I just can't remember how close. I just want to know how close we were.
Yeah, for sure. And more people were asking that question again too. So
were they?
I'm glad that you talked about it in the last one.
So book list. I decided I'm just gonna go through my Audible.
Love it.
If it's relevant.
Yeah, people want to know.
It's 4 podcasts ago, but sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
I really liked Start Something That Matters by Blake Mikowski.
What's it called?
Start Something.
Start Something?
That
what?
Matters. He's the
what
guy
about
that
Finish
started
Something That Matters?
Yeah.
Get out of here!
That'd be better.
You guys, that's mean.
It would be. Lots of people start something that matters all the time.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Start a diet, start an exercise routine.
You guys are turds.
Finish.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's the next book?
The Traveler's Gift. I really love that book.
Listen,
that was in your car forever.
What's wrong with just staying home?
Why do they have to give a gift?
Yeah. Why if you're traveling, do you have to say, I hate that people assume that when you're traveling, you got to bring a gift. I don't know about that book.
I don't know about that, Clark.
The 4 Agreements was pretty good.
Why does there have to be 4?
Contagious. That was really cool. If you like,
Contagious?
it's why ideas spread. It's actually fascinating. Like I mean, if you want to, I don't want to say manipulate the public, but like you know what they need.
How about influence?
There you go. Yeah. That sounds nicer.
Oh crud!
For the good.
Oh no, I started downloading something. Switch was good. Yeah.
There's also a
What's
song
your favorite
by
one ever, Ellie? Do you have
favorite
one?
Oh, Delivering Happiness is one of my favorites. That's Tony Hsieh. He's the guy who started Zappos. That was really good.
I'm getting ready to fall asleep.
Okay, I'm not going to read you the rest, but there's some really good ones on there. Those are a couple.
Those are Audible books?
Those are books you haven't read.
So those aren't. I've done both.
So those aren't books per se. Those are podcasts.
Those are not. How do you know I didn't read them? You don't know.
You said you don't read them.
You just said they're Audibles.
Just because I have them audibly.
But you do buy the book, actually.
Yes,
is that a lie or is that
all
true?
All of them?
Like 90%.
Okay, you need to actually get the percentage because I want to see if it's actually 90%.
Okay, I'll send you my bookshelf later. Turds.
Turds.
Do you get them so that you just like know that you like after you've enjoyed them? Or like, do you get them so you go back and read them, or what's?
Here's the thing.
What's your method?
I enjoy reading. This is gonna sound ridiculous. I like how it makes your brain feel. It makes you articulate your thoughts better. It improves your vocabulary. Improves your.
I 1,000% agree. Reading is great.
But, yes. And you have a lot of traveling, so Audible is like a good way to go because you spend a lot of time in the car.
If I had 8 more hours in the day, I would read more, but I still want the knowledge, so at least I'm going to try to listen.
It is actually really good.
But I like reading.
I just can't listen very well. I don't listen well.
I'm
not a listener.
Well, and plus if it's boring.
If I read it, I'm good. Like it's there. But if I'm listening, I don't listen.
But I was just wondering, like, you buy the book so you can go back and reference it? Or just because you want the collection of what you've like read?
The collection, yes.
Trophy case.
Yeah. I do like the trophy case, but also
because you feel guilty and you want to buy it.
I have many leather-bound books. My apartment smells of rich mahogany. Yeah. People know me.
I love books. I really do, though. I like to have the book because I used to hate
reading.
Yeah,
I want
the
book.
I used to hate reading until I was about 28.
Really?
Yeah, hated it.
You read all the time now.
How old are you, 43?
Nope, not as old as you and never will be, actually.
I hate that so much.
So, whatever you want to say, you're still older and you're about to be even older.
Your birth certificate could have been fabricated.
It is really weird,
okay,
actually.
Obama.
It's really weird.
You know the whole Obama thing that his birth certificate was real. See,
like
current events,
Current events. I read the Wall Street Journal every day. I just read the highlights.
Okay.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
What did it say in the Wall Street Journal today? What's going on in current affairs?
Today doesn't count.
What's one of the major things that's happening between the U.S. and another country?
Which country?
Any
I just said Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
Does everybody else in this room know what's going? Like, there's the journalist that got. I mean, you don't even have to know the details, but there's.
I have no idea.
Okay, but she reads the Wall Street Journal, and I'm sure it was probably somewhere in there.
Today, so.
What happened? Is there something going on?
There's a journalist that got murdered or kidnapped, I think.
In
Saudi Arabia. So there's some.
Trump vows U.S. will not walk away from Saudi Arabia amid pressure to respond to Jamal Khashoggi's alleged murder.
What was his name?
You just butchered. Now you look insensitive. Good job.
Jamal Khashoggi.
Okay.
That's what I said.
No, you said.
And he was an American journalist, or
I don't know the facts. I have not looked into it that much. I just know that is one of the main things that's going on, and that would have been in the Wall Street Journal. Right. I was not saying that I know anything.
I got you.
But the fact that she says she reads the Wall Street Journal all the time.
Mine's 2 days behind. I don't know why. It's fine. Anyway.
You're reading the Wall Street Journal.
Could you imagine
online?
if you had
a
newspaper the day ahead?
Ooh.
That would be cool.
Oh, what movie was that happened?
I don't know. I'm thinking Back to the Future.
Oh, Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He had the sports almanac.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Pretty neat.
That'd be pretty cool. You would be a genius, a guru.
You want to answer some elevator questions?
Elevator questions?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What's an elevator?
You know what I thought was really weird, though? Let me just... I don't know why I just thought of this, but...
Was this what you were saying before this?
Yeah. Like, so if this happens the way it's supposed to happen in life, I should die first before any of you. That's what I was just thinking about. When you're talking about your ages, I was like, holy crap. I would be the first one to go.
Probably not. The chances are one of us will die before you.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
Probably. I mean, if you think of 1 in 4, you probably die. One of us is gonna die younger than.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And it's probably gonna be me because I'll have a heart attack.
Look at you guys all got depressed. I don't know why I thought of that. You're talking about your ages. Like, I'm going first.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
2 things you can't get away from:
When it's your
death
time,
and
it's your time.
taxes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Death and
I
taxes.
sure as hell can't get away from either one of those.
Oh man. Okay, let's get on to something happier. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I mean
No,
that's
it's
real life.
Now we're all depressed. Let's end the podcast.
Yeah.
Episode 50, whatever.
50. Who cares? We're all gonna die.
Yeah.
We're not fine.
And I still have to pay taxes.
Wow.
What's the best thing that happened to you this year?
The best thing that happened.
It's not an elevator question. I'm just pivoting.
Oh, there were so many good things that happened to me this year.
Violet is officially Froning today.
Yay!
Right on.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome. She's awesome.
That's cool.
All
So you
3 of
got
my
the
kids
kind
are
of
awesome.
the last bit of the paperwork done, or whatever.
We just had to. We had the paperwork done, but you have to. All that has to be delivered to a judge in Florida, and then the judge had to pass it off, and then so we did that this morning. Funny story where he's like, what do you guys do? And I'm like, well, we own a CrossFit gym here in Tennessee, and I've competed for a couple of years in CrossFit. And he said, Froning, I recognize that name. And I was like, yeah, well, probably. So it's kind of funny.
That is
he
cool.
was like, oh, okay, I know who you are. And I was like, that's kind of weird, but
Yeah.
so he was super nice though.
That's cool.
Real nice guy. But yeah, you would just basically get on the phone with a judge, and we have a notary there that she can verify it's us and all that type of stuff, and they just
Awesome.
ask if
Congratulations.
yeah, so pretty awesome.
awesome.
So Harper Violet Froning,
Yay!
official. Now her birth certificate will say that as well, and pretty cool.
It's done.
Done.
That's awesome.
No more stress about. I mean, there's no real stress once you get past that like couple day period. There's no real stress, but it's just like get the paperwork over with. Come on.
That's a
I mean,
long
she's
time.
been our daughter since the beginning. Like
Yeah.
I've never
Right.
once been like, kid's not mine.
Right.
She's ours. She's ours.
But it does probably feel really good.
Feels
Just have
good.
it all be done.
It's done. It is done.
Nice.
That's awesome. She's doing good too.
She's good.
Yeah.
Army crawl around. I don't know how she's surviving. Trice, man, he just walks up and like smacks her on the head.
Tricinato.
I think he's just like doing what Lakeland did to him, basically.
Yeah.
But then he'll like roll over on her and stuff, like just try to like push her around. It's
Sibling
pretty funny.
hazing. It's just part of it.
Yeah.
It's like just all trickled down.
Mm-hmm.
Tricenado.
What was the best part of your year?
Man, there's so many good things about my year. It's been a fantastic year. I don't even know I could.
31 was way better than 29 for me, that's for sure. 29
You
sucked.
had a rough go that year.
What? Oh, why? Explain.
Meniscus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Second place at the games. I'm counting that as 30. or 29. So.
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, agreed.
There's so many good things going on.
Okay.
Right now I'm having a blast with all the mindset stuff and interacting with all the people and all the people that are out there. It's really cool.
What challenge are you guys on?
They're working on 4 right now.
Everybody going good?
Yeah, this is exciting. I'm spending time with 3 people Skyping who are in other countries, which has just been really cool.
Yeah,
one's in Africa, one's in New Zealand, the other one's kind of all over the places in Dubai and in England, and just the perspective, and I get charged out of that. So it's cool to get to have those conversations. And
right.
That's been the best part of the year for me. It's been fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's so cool to talk about on a daily basis too.
You want to talk about like feeling like you're living in your purpose, you know? I mean, there's not a day that goes by.
Gosh.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
It is pretty cool to be, like, honestly, and then I get to be with you guys all the time, and sometimes I honestly feel like I've lived a couple of lives. You know, I've lived a life that was not so purpose-filled, and then another one, and sometimes it feels like it was literally like, I don't remember who that dude was, you know? Right.
Yeah. And you still have a long, exciting life ahead.
I agree. Good years ahead.
Maybe longer than one of us here.
Oh,
yeah.
Right. That's my new goal. I just want to outlive one of you guys.
All right.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So you never know. Watch your back.
Is not gonna
Watch your back, Miller.
All right.
Okay, elevator question. Could you spend $1 million in one day?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Just buy some real estate.
Sure.
It's not hard.
Easy.
Right?
Nah, you couldn't do that in one day.
Yeah, why not?
Because you got to close on it. You got to wait for the lawyers.
If you're a cash buyer and you go up to someone and go, hey, here's $1 million.
Guarantee you got to do a title search. You got to do come on, you're a real estate lawyer.
Yeah, and I have it at my fingertips.
No way. I guarantee you could not close on property in a day.
What could you do?
You want to bet?
Could you buy a boat?
Huh? You couldn't buy $1 million. I mean, you could buy a yacht. Probably.
That's what I'm talking
about. What do you want to bet?
I mean, I'm not betting, but it would be extreme. With you got the money that morning, and by the next morning, everything was closed and it was in your name.
Yeah.
No way.
Why can't you just? No, I'm not going to get into this.
To get the deed, to get there's
no
way.
If you had everybody on board.
That's what I'm saying.
Like the title company, everybody was on board and we're ready.
But you didn't have that $1 million. You got it that morning.
Yeah.
You
got to go find something. But no, you hold on. Because the deal is you have a day to get rid of $1 million. So you can't have something already lined up to get rid of that $1 million. Like you have to go find that thing.
Right.
And like
that would be more of a challenge.
Right?
Yeah.
And you have to there's no way you can't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this land. I'm gonna buy this land over here.
You could approach someone and you have it done deal.
You're gonna have a handshake deal, but you're not gonna have it literally in your
possession.
I'm saying in one day.
I think you could call a boat broker and buy a yacht.
Maybe.
And boom.
Figure this out. I think you can.
I want to try.
Okay, sorry.
Somebody send me $1 million.
You guys are talking about
I'll try
houses, but I would just buy like food or something. $1 million worth of food. Just swim in it.
What are you gonna sit in tuna packets?
Just swim in it.
How many tuna packets is in?
Tuna packets and rice. You just Chris is swimming. Just fill this room up with rice and tuna packets.
There we go.
What does one tuna packet cost?
I don't know, like $1.
Yeah.
So she get 1 million.
1 million.
1 million.
I wonder how many rooms that would.
Talk about mercury
hilarious.
poisoning.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I'll just buy all of the contents of Publix.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you could actually. Yeah, I could actually shop at Publix.
So
I could actually shop at Publix.
So yes, we could all spend.
You could buy a couple cars, a boat.
I mean, heck, you buy some.
You could do it.
You could do it
easily.
You know.
That's not that much money nowadays. I feel like.
I'm saying with the whole you could obviously buy land or buy a house, but it wouldn't be closed in that day. So technically, you don't own it. What I'm saying is, all right, I'm sure somebody on here is going to tell me I'm wrong, but I just feel like it'd be tough.
Yeah, I think if you just all of a sudden had the money and then you were off to figure it out.
Like I said, you got to do a title search. You got to figure all that stuff out.
A title search takes 15 seconds.
You got to have lunch.
Not all the time.
I'm just saying, whatever. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be a fighter pilot.
Yeah,
when I was young.
I wanted to be a baseball player, and then I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and then I wanted to be a firefighter.
Mm-hmm.
I think a veterinarian and maybe like an astronaut.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really remember.
That's a good one.
What about you, Ellie?
Oh, wow.
Lots of things. I wanted to be in the WNBA, and then I wanted to be a professional runner, all, very long careers. Then I wanted to be a motivational speaker.
Yeah.
As a kid?
I never once ever thought about that.
No, heck no. Never motivated. That's the last thing I wanted to do.
I know. I don't really know.
Hated. I don't really hate it now. I don't mind it now, but hated getting up in front of people. Hated it. My college speaking class, I was like, no way.
Oh man,
it's the worst.
When you have to give a speech and they're like, does anybody want to volunteer? And you know you should volunteer.
Get it over with.
Shoot.
But you can't get yourself to do it. So I just like sat there.
And I was always last. And I was always the worst.
Shuffling my cards around. Like
I hated it.
Like, do I have to go? And then like finally, it's like 10 minutes left, and like someone's kind of in the middle of a speech, and then like luckily you sneak through that class period again. You're like, get to stress about it for another 24 hours.
I hated that class. Hated it.
So
My college public speaking class, I'll never forget, the guy did an informative speech on how to do a deck change because he was on the swim team and got in the middle of class and not only gave an informative speech, took off his drawers in front of the class. We were all like...
Butt naked or just
no,
a Speedo?
No, he showed you how to do it. So, you put your... He walked in a Speedo and then put his towel on and then changed. But, I mean, still.
I could do that stuff. So, like, I did one, luckily, our class, they let us, so I did one on bull riding. Because I went through a little bull riding phase.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I want to hear that story.
And then I did one on wakeboarding. So I actually brought my wakeboard into class. But I could do that. Like, it was like if I could take the attention off of me, that was completely fine.
Right.
Yeah, no. I did some bull riding. Not very well, but.
How did you stumble upon that?
When I was a firefighter, one of my buddies that I actually played high school baseball with too, he got into it, and so he had all the gear. And there was a place in town you paid, I think it was $5 or $10, and you got to ride a bull. So I did that for a couple Fridays. And
what do you mean all the gear?
Like you got a vest in case you get stepped on. You got to wear a hat. You got to wear gloves. You got to wear chaps. Do what? Because you're a cowboy.
Yeah.
Duh.
Obviously.
You have to
I couldn't bring myself to wear the cage. That was before like all the cages and stuff happened. Yeah, I had to wear a cowboy hat. Come on.
You have to wear chaps?
Oh, yeah.
I went through a cowboy stage, too.
Yeah. I didn't really this wasn't a cowboy stage. Like, as soon as I left there, I wasn't wearing the stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah. And then I had a buddy that taught me how I could lasso for a little while, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went the whole stage. I had boots. And
did you?
I grew up on, like, land with horses.
Nebraska, right?
Yeah. Well, in Colorado we had all that. So I thought I was going to do that for a while. I signed up for a bronc riding school.
Broncs scare me. Like, you're up there high. Where bulls are super strong and they're going to mess you up. But for some reason, falling off of a horse is so much higher than falling off of a cow.
Bruce Ford was the guy's name in Colorado. And I signed up for his school and went out there day one. And I was like, I'd like my money back, please. I don't want to be hurt.
I don't want to die.
And he would not give me my money back.
Really?
He's like, that's non-refundable.
Is it expensive?
It wasn't that much. I can't remember, maybe $300 or something for the weekend.
I mean,
but I was like, I will be hurt, and I'm tired of being hurt. There's no way you're not going to do that and not get hurt.
I remember the first time I was sitting in the hold, I guess, or whatever it is, and you give them the head nod, and you're like, all right, here we go. And you're like, I'm going to hold for 8 seconds, 10 seconds. I'm just keep holding on this thing. The cow or the bull comes out, turns, I fall down. I was just like, okay. And then I've never hit my ass and jumped up over a fence so fast as that. So, yeah.
I think that sport is, to me, the craziest sport that there is.
Insane.
And I have so much respect for the dudes that get on the back of those things. And to stay on it, to have the nerve to... And those bulls are... I mean, they're literally trained and bred to destroy you. Yeah. You know?
It's a lot of snot, too.
We used to go to Big Rodeo every year out in Colorado. 4th of July rodeo every year. So much fun.
It's awesome.
I really miss that.
That's cool. I actually want to go to... There was a PBR event in Nashville a couple weeks ago. That would have been cool to go to.
Recent.
Yep.
More elevator questions? Which Disney princess are you?
Disney princess, am I?
Actually, did you see there was a thing where who's Anna or Elsa's voice?
I don't know.
Kristen something. She made something about saying that Disney princesses send the wrong messages to girls or whatever. I'm kind of like, a lot of these are from the 50s and 60s, like Snow White. Obviously, you don't take an apple from somebody, like a stranger. And then the whole Sleeping Beauty thing, they were like, well, shouldn't the prince have gotten her permission before? And like, I get, like, yes, obviously, yes, but they're fairy tales from like the 50s and 60s. It was a different
Kristen
time.
Bell?
So, yes, hold on, my wife's calling.
Yeah, that was, it's interesting you say that, because some of that whole Disney princess stuff, as I was trying to raise girls, I was frustrated with, because I didn't want them to be helpless in any kind of way. I wanted them to be strong and have an opinion and not be trapped in a castle somewhere. But then you didn't want to go overboard with, being weird about because they enjoy.
Yeah.
They enjoyed all that.
I thought there was some like backstory to like where those stories came from. Like there was some. I'm gonna have to.
What I miss?
A lot of them are Grimm's fairy tales, I think, which are actually really messed up.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, they're
dark.
A lot of these are old and they're a different time, and yes, a lot of they probably do send the wrong message, but you're kind of like beating a dead horse.
Right.
Yeah. Those movies are so old that.
Yeah, it's not gonna change right now. So what are you know?
No.
I'm not. I don't identify at all with being a Disney princess. So.
Me either.
I don't even.
Any other Disney character?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If we had to pick one, who would it be? I'd be Goofy.
Goofy?
I don't know.
Trying to think.
I don't feel like I see you as Goofy.
Aladdin.
I just threw it out there.
Aladdin would be
Do you see they're coming out with a real
one? They're coming out with a real Aladdin and a real Lion King.
They're coming out with
What do you
like
mean a real
12
one?
of them. Like the,
What do you
what's
mean
it called?
a real one? Like a live
A person
action.
is
Live action, that's what it's
Live
called.
action.
So they're gonna use real lions?
If you could be.
Did you see Jungle Book?
I mean, I highly doubt it.
Did you see the
The
new
original?
Jungle Book? No, the
Yeah.
new Jungle Book with
Yeah.
that was live action technically. Okay, we need to see that because that's what they're doing.
It was pretty good.
At first, I was like, "This is going to be dumb." It was
was
actually
better
really
than I
good.
thought it was gonna be,
and so
yeah.
Lion King, they're doing the same thing as that.
Oh wow.
That's
So
gonna
it's
be
kind of
cool.
CGI, but it's got real lions in it. It
It
was
looks
good.
realistic,
Yeah,
but it's probably all CGI.
yeah, for
Mostly.
sure. You mean the animals talking with
Yeah,
their mouth?
well,
that
yeah.
wasn't real.
No, I mean just the animals.
They didn't do the Ed the horse thing where they used to put peanut butter in his jaw or whatever, so
Really?
that's why his mouth would move or something.
wow.
I thought Disney had the capacity to teach animals how to talk.
They might, they've got some crazy animal
That's what
trainers.
they do with the whatever. What's that called? The safari they have in Disney World.
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're teaching them how to speak.
What?
I only went to
Just
Disney
kidding.
World one time.
No, I
I
think
went
I went
once
there
and got a
once.
concussion.
you got a
In your whole
concussion.
life? You've
How'd you
only
do
been to
that?
Disney World once?
I went to Disneyland with Lakeland, but we need to take the kids to Disney World. I fell off I was waiting, they have the turnstiles. And I was sitting on one of the rails, and I was 5. My mom's like, "Get off that rail." And I was like, "I'm fine." Fell back, busted my head.
Oh.
Don't remember much of Disney.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't imagine why.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's so much fun when you're a kid. Oh my gosh.
We went to Disneyland
Now it's
once.
terrible. We
Yeah.
went to Disneyland. It wasn't terrible.
I
It was
haven't
cool to
been
see
there,
like
but-
Lakeland's face and how excited she was and all
Right.
that, but you're just like, there's so many people. It's so
Yeah.
hot.
Just the sheer amount of people is
I
just
didn't have good
terrible.
experiences at theme parks as a kid. I went to SeaWorld with my family in the winter, got splashed by Shamu, got pneumonia. They had to take me to the hospital. And I got a needle.
SeaWorld. Did you hear that? SeaWorld.
It's misunderstood.
Oh, here we go. We're just going
It's
to
misunderstood.
a lot
I'm
of
just gonna
people
be
off this
quiet about
podcast.
that, yeah.
Okay, never mind. Anyway, I just got
Went
splashed.
to
and had
SeaWorld. You got pneumonia from it?
Yeah, I had to get a needle this big in my back, so I don't remember.
Oh.
Smell pneumonia. Spell pneumonia.
Smell it?
Smell it.
Smell it
Or
and then
spell it.
spell
There
it.
you go.
N.
I don't care after that. I was just going to see if you knew the P.
Okay, I win.
What else was there?
Disney
Yeah.
characters you were talking about?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pirates on the Caribbean.
Pirates on the Caribbean?
On that ride,
Arr, the Caribbean.
I puked
What?
What?
in my hands.
Oh.
How did you puke? There's only like a small dip, and that's the only thing
Cedar
that has
Point.
going
That's
on.
the best theme park.
I've heard this before,
that?
but
Awesome.
where is it?
It's in
Missouri?
Sandusky, Ohio.
In Ohio. I've heard this, actually.
Yeah.
Wait, okay. Point right there. Pirates of the Caribbean?
Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I say Caribbean when I'm talking about going to
Anything
the
else,
Caribbean.
yeah.
But if I talk about pirates, it's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
That's what I do, too.
Yeah.
But I don't
Yeah.
even think I say Caribbean, though. I probably said
I
Caribbean.
think I say Caribbean. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird.
It was
But
weird.
yeah, Cedar Point. I haven't been in a long time, but they have, at one point, they had the tallest, fastest, steepest roller coaster.
Don't
But
they
now I
all?
think they have the most roller coasters in one
Park.
At one point they did. It was awesome.
I haven't been to an amusement park in forever. I need to do
Do you
that.
think you guys could still do roller coasters?
I love roller coasters, but I don't know if my stomach would love roller coasters.
Yeah,
that's the
what
problem.
I'm kind of curious.
I don't know if the motion sickness would get me now. Because I can't spin around. If I start spinning around, I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's-
I'm like fair rides.
Yeah, that's
Nah,
not
dude.
good. That is not good for me either.
The whole Sandlot thing, yeah, that
Yeah.
happened to me in when I was like 10 or 11.
Puked?
Oh yeah, we played
Oh,
baseball all
man.
day. And it was
Ew.
super hot. It was middle of the summer. It's in August. We always do the fair in August here, and so me and Matt Billings, we were at the fair, and another one of our friends, and we're riding rides, and I'd never had the problem before. Man, I was like, my stomach doesn't feel too good. And they're like, oh, you're fine. I was like, I'm going to sit this one ride out. And so I sat the one ride out, and I was like, I'm feeling better. And they hopped on it was almost identical ride as Sandlot. I don't remember what
Really?
ride it was.
Yeah.
It was just, it spun around. And I was on the inside, and we're kind of like, there's 4 of us, and I'm on the inside. And so I'm like, oh, we need to stop them. turn this thing off. And it wouldn't stop. And I threw up. And when I threw up, Matt threw up. And when Matt threw up, my other buddy threw up. And so all three of us just all off the side. Yep. And so we were just like, oh, man. So, yeah. It was pure Sandlot. Pure Sandlot. Because we were in baseball. We were wearing baseball clothes because we just left the field. Yeah, it was awful.
Oh, that's pretty gross.
Yeah.
This is probably gonna. This is what it is. I'm just gonna say because it is what it is. Went to the Putnam County Fair the first year we were here, and we got on some ride.
Collection of people.
I'm telling you, right? So it's a collection of people from all over the place around here. They come out of the woods, but we're on some, and the rides are kind of, as to use your word, janky.
Yeah.
And we go to climb on this first ride, and the dude who's running the ride only has one arm, and the whole thing was just like, you know, you're just afraid for your life, and things are clacking.
It's part of the thrill, though. You know,
you don't know who assembled
I'm not trying to be
thing?
bad. I'm not trying to be.
Well, that happened with. It was last year. Somebody here, but at a fair. Yeah, somebody got thrown out of a ride. Like that's fair rides. I'm like, I'm good.
I don't do fair rides.
I'm good.
It can be pretty
The zipper,
sketchy.
the one that just goes up and down.
Oh,
that's
Yeah.
Lakeland loves fair rides. Loves fair rides.
I'm go for the funnel cake, and then that's about it.
Just fun.
We're good.
Yeah.
What's one thing you wish your phone could do that it doesn't do?
Read my mind. Like I could text telepathically.
Ooh, that would be cool, actually.
Siri can't even understand my words. It drives me insane.
So, do you think that if
maybe she doesn't listen to you either?
If you're mean to your Siri, you say rude things, that your Siri works against you? Do you think that?
Ooh.
I don't know.
Because
what do you think of AI, artificial intelligence?
Oh, that's a topic.
Yeah. I know.
Skynet? You think Skynet? Terminator?
Yeah, I think that's like
it
in
is
all
creepy.
seriousness. It's
Seeing the robots that can like run and jump, that creeps me out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where like perfectly,
or
I'm like, you could just create
an army of those things. You think it's ever
gonna
like get to a point where it's like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
we don't need humans? Or you like, because my uncle is he's a genius, and he was speaking at a conference, and he does stuff for SaaS. So they do warranties and stuff like that on, he does a lot of computer type stuff, and he had to speak he was speaking on artificial intelligence, and I was like, what do you think is he's like, at some point the computer's gonna get to a point where it's like we can coexist without them, or we can go, you know, we can work with them, and you're just like, that's terrifying.
Yeah. It's totally terrifying.
Well,
and
it's
machine
happening.
learning too, like they can teach themselves.
It's right here beside us.
Yeah, it's listening.
Yeah.
Well, and the people who are talking about like kind of like the hybrid model of like chips that optimize your brain and your thinking, and then at what point are you really thinking yourself? And you know, like there's a lot of things out there. It's crazy.
Someone made the point, I don't remember what I was listening to, but they said that we're already like part robot basically because we have our phones with us all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just like
Bionic.
a matter of how you think about it. Yeah.
We're definitely being integrated. The thing that scares me, I think the greatest power as a human is to choose, to actually get to choose. We're the only animal that has that. And the more integrated we are, the less we're giving our freedom away is what I think.
Not me. I only have 10 minutes of Instagram a day.
What's your app? What's it called?
It's not an app. It's now you can.
Someone asked about that.
I had the In Moment
in
app
the questions
before, and then now with the new iOS upgrade, you're welcome, Apple. You can set screen time, so you can go to every app and set what time you have. So I only have 10 minutes of Instagram and 10 minutes of Twitter a day, but I don't really do a ton on Twitter. I just kind of read the current happenings, which is probably not the best place.
You're so up to date on current events.
No, probably not the best place for me to get my current events, but
yeah,
hey,
the truth comes out. Your current events come from Twitter.
Sometimes, but sometimes they come from the news side.
It's crazy because it really makes our life easier. It's so awesome to grab that and get whatever information you want. Yeah. You know, do all that, but yet relying on that and not using your head.
I'll tell you what though, cutting it to 10 minutes a day has been awesome. Because I'm not like.
What's the biggest change you've seen?
I'm more productive. I'm more present in life versus. But here's the thing: you get caught up and you don't even realize you're doing it. And now it's like I know I'm doing it because it'll say, "All right, you have 5 minutes left," and I'm like, "Crap."
Yeah.
And so you can you can bypass it. You can put in your code and bypass it. But if for some reason I run out of 10 minutes and I need to get on there and check a message or make a post, I can still do that.
Yeah.
And so, but I can look at what my daily average is, and my daily average is 12 minutes. And so I'm like, all right, because I mean, before, who knows what it was? Because you just get
noticeable difference.
We'd be sitting here or sitting at the barn, and you're just skimming through Instagram. You wouldn't even realize what you're doing. Right. Yeah. And so now it's like, I don't have that, so I might as well be doing something productive, or at least being involved in daily life,
right.
you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So, That's awesome. I don't have any of those social media platforms on my phone. Every time we go somewhere, I'll stick it on, you know, so you can put something on your story, whatever. And then I find myself, just the momentum of the day, throwing me in there, and I don't really mean to be, and I hate it. I just get rid of that as fast as I can. It's a noticeable difference with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
way more present.
I got bogged down there for a little. I mean, sometimes you just want to, like, get in your phone and brain, but you don't need that. I can do that somewhere else, and so it's been good. And I have it set to at 7 o'clock. My phone is blocked, like it blocks all of my apps unless I go in there and
that's cool
and actively look in there.
People should do that.
Yeah, that's really
yeah. And I set it at one spot in the house, and that's where it stays the rest of the night. Like, I don't take it to the bedroom with me. I don't take it to the bathroom. Like, it stays. Like, if I'm gonna do something on my phone, I have to be standing there doing it, and that's good. So
we went to dinner, my wife and I, one Friday evening, 3 weeks in a row, same restaurant, and there was this couple. Same couple there, same time.
iPads?
Both of them on their phones the whole meal, both of them. They never said words to each other. Every time you look up, 3 weeks in a row, and you're just like, man, that's miserable.
That's one thing I do too, is like if I go out to somewhere to eat, I put my phone in my car. If it's just me and Hill, just put my phone, or if I'm going like hanging out with some friends, I won't even put my phone, because you just get stuck. I mean, you're like, something lull happens, and you're just like, all right, I'm just going to check my phone, and then you're just, you're gone. You gone.
It is kind of disturbing when you go to public places and you can see the amount of people that are just like...
Well, because you're not buried in your phone, and your head is up, you see what's going on around you, and then you see all these people that are just like in a coma. Yeah.
Yeah, there was one time we were at, I think it was Cracker Barrel, and these people had full iPads, and they're just sitting there watching a movie or something, and it's just a couple, like an older couple, and they're just watching their movie, eating dinner, just like, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's kind of crazy.
It's crazy.
Where's the craziest place you've ever slept?
In a tree.
In a tree? How do you do that?
We went duck hunting one time, and we had to get there the night before, because George said to get there the night before to get this best spot ever. And so we get there, and of course there's not enough room in the boat for all of us, and you're in a marsh, and so there was a tree that was like, it kind of had this little crook in it. It was the worst night of my life.
Did you tie yourself up like Hunger Games?
Nope.
Didn't I was like, yourself to the tree?
So I fell asleep in a tree, like, it was not good. It was the worst thing.
Sounds precarious.
I slept in Africa outside.
No net?
Sounds sketchy.
What? The first night I forgot that I guess you're supposed to spray for ants. Not I guess. I know now you're supposed to spray for ants. And it had like red ant bites all over the inside of my leg. It wasn't like being in a tree, but it was just weird to be outside and it's dark and
I don't have anything that cool, I don't think.
Mine wasn't cool. There's nothing cool about this. It's actually miserable. Yeah. And we shot one duck.
One duck?
Oh, man.
It was awful.
There would be people out there that would have some cool stories if you asked this question.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Side of a cliff.
I've seen pictures of that, like where they have like a little bivouac on the side of this cliff, you know?
Ooh, when people are rock climbing, too.
Like,
and they set up like their sleeping quarters on the side of
That's nuts.
I'm not afraid of heights whatsoever, but I do roll around a lot in my sleep.
Just roll off a cliff. That would be terrible.
I can remember being a kid and getting bunk beds. You're all excited about your bunk beds. You fall asleep. Wham! You wake up on the floor. What just happened? What the heck?
That's like we did that ropes course at Power Monkey. And the one is just a beam, and so it's just it's a telephone pole up in the trees. Mm-hmm. So they're like, yeah, one of the tests is when the gymnastics people get here, you have to do a backflip on that thing. And I was like, well, I can't. I can do a backflip, but I'm not going to do it this high up because I can't land in the same spot. Like when I jump, who knows where I'm going to land? And so the one girl's like, let's try a cartwheel, and I was like, all right, I'll try a cartwheel. I need to get the videos from Drew. Has them, but he has it. Like the long video, so it's super grainy. So if he could cut it up into 3, I fell 4 times basically.
Wow.
But yeah, you're just like handstand, feet off down. And like one time I almost centered myself, but I caught myself and I was like, oh. But
How high up was it?
You're probably 30 feet up, but you have 2 lines on you in this harness. But there's still like, if you fall off, there's a give. Like you're like, okay.
That actually sounds really fun.
It was fun. Power Monkey camp.
Very
fitness,
good.
Power Monkey fitness, power. Yeah.
Where's the craziest place you slept? Whatever the question was.
Nowhere cool. Probably on the beach.
I was gonna say in the Australian outback. Whatever.
Oh wow.
Fine. On the beach. What's wrong with the beach?
Have you ever slept at the beach? Like gone out to the beach and slept out there? I've never done that either. I was like, go back to the hotel.
Yeah.
What are we doing? It's sandy out
I
here.
just feel like there's like that 2/3 point where you wake up severely uncomfortable. I've done that many times, and then been like, nah, I'm not completing this task.
We have the nicest bed. We call it Cloud 9.
Cloud 9?
Nice.
No joke.
Good name for it.
And I'd rather be there than any place on the planet. I mean, it's so comfortable and so nice.
What kind of bed is it?
A Denver mattress bed.
Denver mattress.
Because you're from Colorado.
Mm-hmm. They made the nicest bed back in the day. But man, I started thinking about sleep. I just want to go home.
To Cloud 9.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Last question.
Who would you want to be stuck in an elevator with? That's not the question that made me giggle, but whatever.
Not you.
Yeah.
I would ask all these interesting questions.
That's a nobody. I don't want to be stuck in the elevator with anybody.
We talked about this when we were in Austin. We were like in this awkward position, like, do I really want to, like, do you want to talk? Do you not want to talk? Like, do they want to talk? It's just
elevators are weird.
Awful.
But if you're
we talked,
actually
right?
stuck,
We talked about that.
We did.
Would you want like someone that doesn't?
Oh, that's a
I
good
would maybe
point.
want someone that doesn't like talk a lot, but like.
Oh yeah, if you're in a broken elevator.
But I want to be in there with
broken.
someone else that's trapped in there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. Who do you want to be trapped
So you don't
with?
go. At least you can like pass the time.
It's
But
weird.
if they're freaking out, then it's like.
Elevators are weird too because even if you're not an awkward person, you feel an obligation to try to connect with that person.
Yeah.
Like if I'm this close to you in the line for coffee, I'm not necessarily saying anything to you. But if we're in the elevator, I feel like I got to say, "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
it's a weird
Where are you
place.
from? Yeah.
Yeah. That lady was like, "You guys going to work out?"
No.
Because we're all in workout clothes and
Nah.
No,
this
as
is what we do
leisure
every
wear.
day.
that was funny.
Cool. Episode 52.
2.
We didn't really talk about anything, did
Yeah,
we?
that was
Nothing
No.
of substance.
No.
Sorry.
It's all good.
It's all
We're sorry.
good.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
Can
We
I-
wasted a 57 minutes.
Coming
of your life.
soon.
Before we close this, can you tell me what that is that you've been dinking with on the table this whole
I
time?
don't. It's oats.
Oh, it's
I thought-
oats.
Yeah. Somebody left their oats in the chair, so
Okay.
they're on the table.
I just was super curious. I couldn't tell from here.
I can't really tell, and you know how I get sometimes. I can't really concentrate. So there it is. Oats.
It's a
2
organic
oats.
fidget spinner.
CrossFitMayhem.com, MayhemMindset.com. November 1st.
November
correct?
1st. Open enrollment.
Open enrollment. November 1st.